Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of How to Play Doorkeeper. As always, I am your host, Night Phoenix, and let's get right into it. But first, I have a quick disclaimer. Any rules that I describe within these videos are first and foremost subject to change. This game is still in the playtesting phase, and I hope to improve the game with each passing playtest. And additionally, any rules that I describe here are not going to be every single rule for every single aspect of whatever I will be discussing. The complete list of rules will be on my fandom page, and I will additionally post links in the description once that is completed. But for right now, these videos are just to help you kind of get started and get a grasp about what this game is really about. So, as a quick recap for our handy four-letter acronym of P.O.S.E, we have P for production, O is for orders, and today S is for skirmish. As always, write that down. In the previous video, O is for orders, I neglected to mention that during your movement step, that if you have, a legion pawn and you want to conquer a new territory, that you can spend a conquer order. So let's just say that we have this territory card face down. You're right here. You're able to move into this territory. You spend a movement order. But let's say you want to conquer this territory. As things currently stand, it's face down, which means that it is unconquered. So you can spend an order to flip it up, have it oriented towards you, and now it's conquered. So again, one order for movement, one order to conquer it. But what happens if you want to conquer one of your opponent's territories that they control? Well, glad you asked, because again, today is the S is for skirmish video. Let's get into it. So on my left, we have a legion represented by this red legion pawn, and on my right, we have a legion represented by this blue legion pawn. And as you have probably already guessed, these two legions will be duking it out. So, first things first. In order for two legions to engage in combat, they need to be within a one-tile radius of each other. Cards are referred to as tiles if they are the territory cards on the field. Melee range is the shorthand for this one-tile radius. So this legion here can attack any opposing legion in this area. However, that is completely dependent on the direction arrows listed here. So this legion, Legion 1, has direction arrows in the upper right and left hand corner. Additionally, they have direction arrows to the left and right. So they can move, attack, or counter here, 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 and here. But for the sake of this video, we are going to pretend that they have a direction arrow pointing forward so that this legion can attack this legion. Additionally, we're going to pretend that this legion, actually we don't have to pretend, because they have a direction arrow pointing forward. Would you look at that? So, let's get right into it. First things first, we are going to look at this huge number in the upper left-hand corner, and we are going to remember the 3 Bs, Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. That's a joke. Thanks for laughing. However, in all seriousness, the 3 Bs stand for base, boost, and bonus. So base. Base is just the card's number right here. We got 5, 4, and 4. So we add those together. Simple arithmetic. 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 4 is 13. Beautiful. This legion, we look at their base. We got 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. That's 8. All right. So, as you will notice, there are different colors here. We have black, green, blue, black again, and red. Now these different colors, face can focus, there we go. Now these different colors represent the different types of unit cards at your disposal. You have black for attack, green for movement. That doesn't rhyme, but sorry. blue for counter, and red for health. So now that we have added up the first B, which is base, now we go to our second B, which is boost. So boost comes from a card's attack listed here. However, we are going to ignore this card's effects and the whole Legion's effects, actually, just for the sake of simplicity for both of these Legions. But sometimes an effect will say, like, +1 attack during a skirmish. Skirmish is, of course, the term for combat in this game. So with that B out of the way, we're going to go into bonus. This we are not going to ignore because this is very simple. All right? Black for attack gets +1 power during an attack. Blue is counter and gets +1 power during a counter attack. And red is for health, which will always be indicated for all these types in the corner right here. If it can focus, there we go. All right, and health will reduce damage by 1. Now you'll notice that I skipped over movement. That's because movement does not have a bonus that applies during battle. If you recall from the previous video, movement has their bonus apply during, well, movement orders. All right, so let's add up this Legion's bonuses. Since this Legion is attacking, we get +1 attack, so that 13 becomes 14. And this Legion has 3 units for attack. However, they are countering, and there are no blue power values here, so they will not get any blue counter bonuses. As you can already pretty much tell, this Legion has much larger number than this Legion here as far as power. This is where, of course, playing cards like artifacts come into play that help balance out, the power in a skirmish. But we're keeping things simple for right now. So Legion 1 attacks Legion 2. That requires that Legion 1 spends an attack order and that Legion 2 spends a counter order. This means that even though it's not your turn, you still want to save up some orders from your previous turn in the event that you are attacked and want to spend a counter order. All right, so we have this 14 power versus this 8 power Legion. So the 14 attacks, so damage is dealt left to right. As you can already tell, all of these cards will be destroyed. However, it's important to note that for the health type, that bonus for that damage reduction is going to come into play. So instead of dealing 14 damage, it only deals 13 damage. Obviously, that's still enough to destroy this Legion, so they are removed from the game and sent to the void, like so. And now this Legion is kind of just sent off to the side here until you are able to play more cards for a new Legion and bring this back onto the field. All right, that pretty much sums up the skirmish step. Skirmish phase. Please stay tuned for our next video, which is E is for end. And as always, thanks for watching.